One of the things someone said originally, and I didn't realize it until recently, was that all of the tie-dye videos show people doing dyes, but they don't show them preparing the dye. So what I'm going to do is put together a short video on how to prep not only your dyes, but your workstation outside so you're ready to go when you're ready to dye. I use really simple things. I use the RIT liquid dye in combination with the tulip powder dye. And sometimes if I have a lot more colors in the powder dye right now than I do in the liquid. So sometimes I'll add the liquid to the powder, and sometimes it's just the powder. The larger, these taller, like this, are probably going to be easier to do my full mix in. And then I'm going to use this little guy here to pour into these. These are new. I've not used them before. They're super thin needles. And I'm going to see if I can do some closer, more straight type line patterns and get some more, maybe a little bit different dye. And I'll make sure I tape that so you can see that as well. But this is going to be primarily about how much dye you put in and how to mix it up so that you're prepared to dye. So the beginning process, and I've had questions about it, is the soda ash. You need to get your water running. Our hot water out here in this utility sink gets pretty darn hot. I'm just saying. So I'm going to let that get as hot as I can stand it. And I have a bunch of these old white buckets that have lids. And this is what I'm going to put my soda ash in and mix it up. I have just an old wooden ruler that, like, when you go to art festivals and places, and you can get these old rulers for like nothing. You could use a paint stirrer, but it helps because you want to mix the soda ash up before you put the shirts in. So there, I'm getting that. Here's my tiny amount of soda ash I had left over from another job. So I'm just going to add it in, making sure I've got enough water. Adding in some soda ash. Going to fill the water about halfway up. See how that looks out in the light? You want it to cover your shirts. And the question was oh, sorry, that's our pump. The question was, why do you use the soda ash? The soda ash is supposed to help everything stick to the shirt better. I think it does. I've done it dyes with soda ash and without. I think using the soda ash like this and putting the shirts in it seems to work the best. So while my shirts are out in the soda ash, I'm getting my colors together. You can see I'm mixing my RIT with my tulip. And I'm going to do that blue. Hopefully that'll be dark. Sort of a rich green. Not sure whether that red will come out really red or pink. I'm hoping sort of a red. I'm mixing the yellow with the tangerine because I'm also trying to use up some of the dyes I have left. Just like I'm mixing the purple there, you can see there's not a lot left in here. So I'm trying to use up some of the old powder dyes I have and put them together. I'm only going to do 2 shirts. I want to try a couple of new techniques because, like I said, I've never used these cool little bottles before. And you can get 16 of these in a package on Amazon for $5 plus tax. So I thought that was a pretty cool purchase. We'll see. The process of putting the dye together is pretty simple. You want to get fairly hot water. That's what I'm running it. It's pretty hot. It's not boiling, obviously. You don't want it boiling. It says to use hot water on the RIT dye. I'm going to take it, make sure my water is going out there. You want to be careful because you don't want to screw up your kitchen sink. I would do this in the utility sink, but the light out there isn't working. So here we go. I'm going to shake, shake, shake. Shake your dye. And this is the messy part. Remember to have gloves on, at least one hand. I'm going to pull this up here. It's really hard to do this in the camera. I'll pour some dye in. See, I've got just about maybe 1/4 inch in there. The amount of dye you put in and the amount of water you put in, it's going to make a difference in the color of your dye. So if you want really bold, bright colors, you want to use a lot more dye and a little less water. I'm only doing 2 shirts, which means I don't really need a lot of dye. Now I'm opening this, put a little packet from goodness only knows. And I think I'm just going to use the rest of that. So as you can see, I'm pouring the powder in, trying to empty the packet. So that is my powder on top of my other dye. Make sure I've got it all in there. A little bit left. It goes out. And then I'm going to add a little bit of water. Because I'm going to put this, I'm going to transfer it from here into something else. I'm going to put it about there. It's a little under halfway. The beauty of these bottles is they come, you know, they've got the lid with them. And then they have these. Remember to keep these little covers, because you can put the little cover on and hold it. Make sure you're using your hand with the glove. And shake, shake, shake it up. You want to shake it up until the powdered dye dissolves into the color dye. And you're going to do that with every one of your colors. This is how you mix the dyes. I hope this video has helped you out. Remember to like and subscribe. And I'm hoping I've answered most of your questions about just using simple dye that you can get at Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, places like that. Not ordering. But you can see this is going to be a really beautiful grape color. Okay, thanks for watching.